The idea of a competition is a great idea and a great challenge.
We're about to open the doors on a new frontier.
In 1927, Charles Lindbergh flew non-stop from New York to Paris, claiming the coveted $25,000 Ortigue prize, and made him the most famous person on the planet.
We've put together a $10 million cash challenge to go out there and inspire the rocket scientists and entrepreneurs around the world to go build the spaceship that will carry the rest of us into space. All you have to do is fly a 3-person ship up to 100 kilometers altitude, that's 62 miles, come back down safely, within 2 weeks, fly again. You do that, you win the X Prize.
And the first guy that does it wins all the money.
The X Prize competition is inspiring teams to build a wide variety of innovative designs. The Canadian Aero and the Star Chaser team will take off vertically under traditional rocket power. Kelly Space and Technology tows their ship to high altitude, where rocket engines will propel it into space. Advent will launch their ship from the ocean. Canada's Da Vinci project utilizes a helium-filled balloon to loft their spaceship to 80,000 feet, where the rocket engines will ignite.
Los argentinos tenemos una muy buena noticia y es que tenemos al Gauchito. Se dirá que es el Gauchito, es nuestro propio proyecto espacial. Por eso estamos ahora con el director de ese proyecto, que es el ingeniero Pablo de León. Ingeniero, cuéntenos, los argentinos estamos haciendo un cohete también para viajar al espacio.
Estamos haciendo un cohete que hace un lanzamiento vertical. Una vez que está a los 100 kilómetros de altura, se separa el cohete de su cápsula y caen en paracaídas en el agua. Esto es lo que va a hacer posible que una persona con lo que hoy día se podía gastar un pasaje, digamos, a la Antártida, pueda hacer un vuelo suborbital.
Argentina fue un país líder en investigación espacial en el sur del continente durante las décadas del 60 y 70.
Este proyecto es una de las formas en que queremos demostrar que la tecnología espacial, que las ciencias del espacio son importantes para Argentina y que estamos en condiciones de seguir haciendo cosas.
To date, more than 20 teams on 4 continents have registered to compete for the X Prize. Each of these teams expects to win the prize.
What we did was to take the basic engineering of the Little Joe, which was an American rocket that flew in the end of the 50s and beginning of the 60s, and we redesigned many parts of it, but we kept the basic aerodynamical configuration. In the south of Argentina, there is a very big region called Patagonia in the south. Not many people live there. So it's perfect for this kind of test.
Aquí le cortaste.
Sí, realmente una vez que encendió habría que apagarlo, pero no le des tanta pausa.
¿Qué le cortaste vos?
Repetí cómo haces el encendido. Dale, ya está.
And we also did a flight test of a half-scale rocket, which actually failed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lanzamiento.
It was very disappointing at that moment, but we learned a lot about what we did wrong.
Mucha fuerza, ¿eh? Rompió la tobera, mirá. Rompió la tobera, pero la que no me tocó. Qué bacana, querido. Bueno, a la mierda.
For the other side, one of the problems we have there is the lack of funding. That some of the competitors here in the U.S. have a little bit more easy way to reach financial than we. So right now we don't have any specific technological problem other than find the financials in order to complete all the tests.
Todos prestos son para hacer el lanzamiento mañana sábado a primera hora.
We have the obligation to keep current with different technologies. not with the excuse of being from a Latin American nation. We have to say, okay, just leave the Americans or the Europeans, they will do it. We have to try to keep track of science and technology, because someday we'll be so far that we'll be never able to catch up.
Ahí se va a producir el lanzamiento de la cápsula.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lanzamiento.
Lanzamiento, confirmar el lanzamiento de cápsula.
Una estimación también de la velocidad.
Ahí está transmitiendo la telemetría.
I invested all I have in the project, and sometimes it's funny because you see your friends, people who were in the university with you, that have a lot of material things. When I do the list of what I own almost nothing, because I put everything in this project. I'm convinced that the next step is the step out of the planet, and in order to do that, you have to risk, and that's something that we have to accept. Past year, we completed all the tests for the life support system, pressure suits, all the system to keep the crew alive and healthy during the orbit of life. When we reach that stage, I will be one of the ones that will fly first because of our responsibility in the design. I believe that if you believe you are so brave to design a ship, you have to be so brave to make the first flight or the second flight. We want to win it just for the sake of it, all right? Just to show that we can do it. And even if we don't win it because we don't have the resources that other competitors have, we will continue working on it because sooner or later we'll get there.
Quiso volar igual que las gaviotas, libre en el aire, por el aire libre, y los demás dijeron, pobre idiota, no sabe que volar es imposible, mas extendió las alas hacia el cielo y poco a poco fue ganando altura y los demás quedaron en el suelo guardando la cordura. Y construyó castillos en el aire a pleno sol, con nubes de algodón, en un lugar a donde nunca nadie pudo llegar, usando la razón. Y construyó ventanas fabulosas, llenas de luz, de magia y de color, y convocó al duende de las cosas que tienen mucho que ver con el amor.